Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to a Core Motivate video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk on... So, I did the whole challenge thing on Instagram where I asked people to give me a word and I'll turn it into a motivational video. So, here's the thing. Only one person had commented and or sent me a word. So, hopefully after this video, people, realize like how serious I am about this. And, I'm saying like, give me a word. Trust me, I will turn it into the like maybe not the best motivational speech, but I will do my best with it. So, but anyway, so the word was suicide, but I don't think I can use that as a title, so I'm just gonna call it the video self destruct. But I'm overall talking on suicide. So here's the thing, suicide is something that I've paid attention to like more so from other people ever since I was in middle school. Like when I started realizing like how serious that stuff is and how deadly it can be, it's something where I'm like, when friends or whoever, talk on that stuff, whether if, even if they're talking on them just being depressed, like I don't want their depression to lead to suicide. So I've always heard stories, I've always read stories from celebrities all the way down to people that nobody most likely remembers or know of. And one story that always sticks to me when like that's like to me like one of the worst stories out there to like overall hear about like suicide. But and you guys can look the girl's name up. Her name was Amanda Todd. But so I guess the backstory was that she sent out some revealing photos of herself to somebody, and they sent like the photos to all like the kids that she went to school with. So that stuff got to her, and she tried. I think she ended up switching schools, and then it was the same situation there. So she ended up like I think they say that she had drank bleach, and that didn't do anything. And I think they say she eventually hung herself. And to me, I'm like, man, it's always, that's why I always like try to tell people like, hey, yo, if you got like people in your life that truly do care for you, and if you don't, like, go out and look for those people, but don't, my thing is like, don't end your life before you like got a chance to live it. You might think like, oh, well, I already lived my life, I already did what I need to do. No, you haven't. No, you have not. My thing is when you think along those lines where you feel like that you've done everything in life, you haven't. There's still more things for you to do. There's always going to be something for you to do, whether it's motivating somebody else or overall like protecting yourself. But I'm like, that's why I'm like, look, I understand that times can get hard, and I can understand that things can get rough, but suicide should never be the answer. It should never be the and and I know it's like saying that it just kind of like like sounds dumb and stupid because I'm like speaking as if like I'm in the mind, and I'm not in the mind of you guys. I'm not in the mind of anybody. So if you think along those lines of suicide, the only thing that I can do is talk you out of it. It's to make you see like the better things in life, the better things in your life, at least. If you can't find the better things just in life in general, find better things for yourself. Find something that will make you happy. Like find something. Because my thing is like, look, I've had it where it's just I've been in situations where I felt like nobody cared about me, and I think it's just that's just me overthinking, and I feel like that's like one of the number one things that leads to suicide is just overthinking. You're out here thinking that everybody's against you, or everybody hates you, or everybody's laughing at you or making fun of you and stuff. No, they're not. It's just only a group of people that's doing it. So my thing is like, imagine if the whole world, everybody, every form of life whatsoever is laughing at you. Now that's crazy, right? You can't compare the whole world to a classroom or to a school or to and the crazy thing about it is like regardless, it's still going to be embarrassing. It's still going to be embarrassing to get laughed at, or it's going to be awkward to have everybody hating you and all that stuff. That's them. That's not everybody though. There's people, my thing is like I've impacted people and people have impacted me to where like there was at a point in time where I had almost quit doing YouTube, almost quit making videos, but there was a friend that was there for me. And it's crazy how we ended up becoming friends. Like we ended up, well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, well, we were okay. Like we were like on like okay terms. Like we wasn't really like friends, I guess. But I remember the first conversation, and this is a conversation I always love thinking about because that's what led us to being friends. But she was dealing with a breakup, and I seen this. She was like, she made a post, and overall, my thing is like, I'm not one of those people where I'm like, oh, stop talking about your problems. Like, no, post about your problems, write about your problems. If you gotta like use my comment sections as a diary, or if you just gotta overall just buy a diary of your own and use it as a diary, but it's like, get all of those emotions like out of you. Don't let those emotions be bottled up. Don't let those emotions like get the best of you. Let that stuff out. But overall, me and her, we became really good friends, and we overall became friends because she was dealing with her breakup, and I reached out to her and I let her know like, hey, it's gonna be all right. This happens. I don't, but I'm just saying, like, overall, if you need somebody to talk to, like, reach out to me. I don't care whether I'm asleep, blow my phone up, like, I don't really care, like, blow my phone up and, just let me know, like, hey, you got some things on your mind that you just need some advice on. And so, and then years later, we ended up becoming friends. And then it was at a point in time where I was literally about to break down in tears and start crying because I'm like, hey, yo, like, I'm about to quit YouTube. I'm about to quit the very one thing. And that's like career suicide, pretty much. Like that's pretty much you're just pulling the trigger on something that you've worked so hard for, that you work so hard on. And it's like, either way, like whether it's real life, career, suicide is just never an answer, whether it is your career or it's your life or anything else. It's never the answer. I don't care what people. And then it's crazy where it's like you hear stories of people telling somebody else to go kill themselves. Like that was that one story when that like girlfriend had told her boyfriend to go kill himself, and he did. And it's like, why? Why would you? My thing is that the people that are, I'm not gonna like say like mentally ill, but just mentally they're just not there. Mentally they need help. Mentally they need somebody to talk to. And then the thing that you tell them is to kill themselves, and then you're crying in court, oh, like, oh, I don't want to spend the rest of my life in prison. Well, this person ain't even gonna be able to spend the rest of their life doing nothing. Listening to you, this person ain't even gonna be able to live their life. So my thing is like, really, in my situation, if I was that judge, I'm like, in my shoes, what would you do to that person? What would you do to that person that just told somebody to kill themselves? Imagine being that person's best friend, their brother, sister, mom, father. Like they're not going to be able to see this guy anymore. And that's how you got to think along those lines. Like, there are people out there that care for you, even if you haven't even met them. Even if you haven't even met them. This friend of mine's, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who she is. If you're like a frequent watcher of my videos and things, if you know me from my other channels, TMossBoss, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But if not, there's my friend named Priscilla. She does videos on YouTube under the channel named Four Souls. But there was somebody out there that cared for me, and I wasn't even friends with her yet. Like when I was crying myself to sleep when I was a kid, all the way up until, just being like heartbroken and just mentally not there, and just overall just feeling like I should just give up and do this. And, and I'm like, my thing was like, suicide never did cross my mind. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to have to wing this out. I'm just going to have to keep on going until I do reach a point in time in my life where I feel comfortable. And meeting Priscilla, I felt comfortable. I felt relaxed with my life. I felt like, okay, like now I have a chance, like now I have like something, to like live for and things. And that's why I'm like, but that's the thing, like, don't put all of it into a person, like, save some of that stuff for yourself and make sure, like, at the end of the day, you're doing things for yourself and not just, but I mean, look, whatever keeps you going, do whatever. Do whatever. Don't, like, if you don't want to listen to me, like, oh, I want to put all of it in one person. Do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever keeps you going. But my thing is like, do not ever, like, walk out that exit in life. It's not your time yet. It is not when it's your time, then it's your time. But until then, like, it's never, when you think of suicide, it's not your time. You still got so many more things to do in life. So it's like, if you're that person where it's all like, you want to give up, don't give up. It's not your time yet. It's not your time to give up. There's been so many points in times. I know people ask me if there's ever been times where I've thought of giving up. All the time. All the time. Every single day. I've always thought, like, or maybe not every single day, but it's like every other day or just every once in a while, I always get like that mindset of me just giving up. Like, I should just stop all of this. I should just stop making videos. I should just stop. But I'm making this video and I'm motivating you guys. So it's like career suicide, real life suicide. It's like, it's never the answer. My thing is like, if I would have stopped all the way back in 2019, if I had stopped doing videos and stuff, there's a lot of channels, a lot of videos, and a lot of content I wouldn't be able to even give out to you guys that's entertained by my content. So that's why I'm like, any form of suicide is never the answer. All right, so take that, live with it. If you need more help on it, I will gladly do a part 2 to this video to, try to motivate you guys a little bit more. But just know that there are people out there that care for you. So that's one of the things. But, whatever it is, hey, like, I'll talk on it and stuff. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.